Hello guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to talk about how can you expand and collapse your code. And the tricks we are going to learn in this lecture are going to be helpful for you to work with large files which consist of methods having lots of code and classes having lots of code. So let's get started. So here I am on our PyCharm editor and I have opened this file called creatingconstructors.py, and you can see I have a class and it has a couple of methods and I have a main method over here. So you will notice that here on the editor I have this minus. Okay, you can see over here. Now what happens if I click on this? So just beside the method declaration I have this minus. So if I click on this minus, it will collapse this code, and if I hit plus, it will expand the code, right? I can also do this from code and I can select folding and I can say collapse. Okay, it will collapse the code wherever my caret is. So my caret was on this constructor here, so it collapsed that constructor. I can also collapse everything basically in my file. Okay, and this is very helpful, like if you have a couple of methods in your file which are very long and you are not actively working on this. So you just want to hide those methods so that you can save on the scroll that you are doing in the file. So let's explore how can you collapse and expand using the shortcut. So you have to go to folding. So under folding, which is under code, you have to see this shortcut here. So it's command minus to collapse and command plus to expand on Mac. Okay, so I'll just go to the method declaration here and I'll say command minus. It's control minus for Windows and Linux, you can see, and I can even expand it using command plus. So you can see I'm expanding and collapsing the code over here. Okay, so I'll keep it expanded, right? So this shortcut works with methods as well as classes. So I can also collapse a class. So this entire class is collapsed and I can expand the class as well. So this entire class is expanded now. Now this was about expanding and collapsing. So there is also an option to expand and collapse recursively. Now what does recursively mean? So here in our example, you have methods inside this class. Now let's say I want to collapse these methods first and then I want to collapse the class. So I'll first collapse the method here, both the method, and then I'll collapse the class, right? Now when I expand the class expands, but the methods are collapsed. So I can expand the methods as well. This took some steps for me to do, but with recursive option, this is just one click or just one shortcut. So you can go to code and you can see expand recursively or collapse recursively. So for Mac, it's option command plus and option command minus to collapse and expand. So I'll be here on the class and I'll say option command and minus. So you can see it collapsed recursively, and for Windows and Linux, it's control alt minus. So you can use that. And I can also expand recursively. So I can say option command and plus. So it expanded recursively. So let me collapse recursively and show you. So I'll just collapse recursively and I'll expand only the class now. So I'll say command plus. So the moment I press command plus, it just expands the class and you can see the methods are still collapsed inside. So this is the magic of the expand recursively and collapse recursively. I can hover on these three dots and I can see the preview, and I can click on these three dots and expand it. So this is how expand and collapse code recursively works. You also have an option to expand everything and collapse everything. So I can say expand all and collapse all, and this is using shift command plus and shift command minus on Mac. So let me press shift command minus and you can see everything in this file got collapsed. Okay, it's Control Shift and minus for Windows and Linux. I'll press Shift, Command and plus again, and you can see everything got expanded again. So this is how you can expand and collapse methods and classes within your class. So this is very helpful, guys. So right now the class in which we are operating has a little bit of code, like it's not even a single scroll. But let's say if you're working on a class or a project which has multiple scrolls and it has lots of methods with a huge code base. So there will be some methods that you are not working on at that particular point in time, and you might want to collapse that method so that you save on a lot of scroll. So it just enhances your focus. So this is about expanding and collapsing the code, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class and found it valuable. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.